18th stage of the Paris-Dakar 2001 sees Hiroshi Mashioka finally put one over the rest of the car field. He was victorious today, while Cyril Desprez, the young and up-and-coming Frenchman on the Works BMW, wins his first stage of the year. However, tempers are getting frayed, people are getting tired. What you missed from yesterday, no time for sightseeing though on the stage through all of the dust. Number 84, Lawrence Hacking, had a very, very different day on the Dakar indeed.
Yesterday was the biggest day in Africa. I think over 800 kilometers, and in the special test my modified electrical system quit, so I had no ignition. So 50 kilometers from before the end of the special, it stopped running completely. So I got some help from some local people in a dump truck and got out of the special, and then got to a town, and then got into another truck and got to the frontier, the border, Senegal border, and then got another one into up to here, and then got it in and fixed it. 4 o'clock in the morning, now I'm ready to go again. Otherwise, yeah, I'm happy to be here because it's a big day yesterday.
Lawrence was very weary indeed this morning when that interview was done. Not such a good problem though for one of the quads. He ran into big problems yesterday. Twice I've landed hard, and this time I've broken the sump and I've lost all the oil. A bit of a quick fix there. Many people having a long and tiring day out in the field. Everybody else helping out each other, and teammates exchanging notes as well.
The prop shaft, but after he broke the carter, the gearbox. And it changed everything.
Change gearbox also?
Yes. No. Il a démonté la boîte, mais après n'est pas nécessaire parce qu'ils ont changé le petit carter de...
C'est pas
grave. On se reverra, tu viendras m'amener une bouteille de limonade.
Bon, dites-moi, là, il me semble que
the question here to this crew is, I've seen you got 3 people in your car. Who was the third? Well, he says, of course, talking about Flat Eric in the middle there, it is my second navigator. His name is Rapido. But it's confidential, as Hubert doesn't know about this, as he hasn't paid his entry fee. He says, well, it's our mascot, and he gives us luck. Well, the stage today, the second Senegalese stage with narrow roads with a lot of vegetation, high grass and bushes. The first part of the special is over winding roads through the bush, and the second half is a lot quicker and runs over some very, very fast roads. It will be difficult for the trucks. Well, drama even before the start this morning. This was at the bivouac at Bakel just after breakfast at around 8:30 this morning. The number 54 machine here catching light, and with temperatures approaching some 43, 44 degrees at Bakel yesterday, the temperatures were rising and something unfortunately gave. Eventually pushing his machine away, and soon all hands were on deck.
Parce que c'est là que ça va être la merde, là. Là où ça a brûlé, parce que la merde va passer. Alors on va essayer avec du scotch américain. Il y a une fuite sous le réservoir.
It says here that the fuel tank was leaking, and it lit up when I started it with a bit of backfire. I shut off the rear tank, so today I'll go with the front one. We all do the Dakar together. We do 6 months preparation, but there's no reason why this should have happened, but we'll see if it's all right now.
si la moto va bien démarrer avant de partir, quoi, c'est normal.
Bah, ça serait pas le Dakar si c'était facile.
It will not be the Dakar if it was easy. Everything is hard. There's a trap everywhere waiting to catch you out on the road. And a bit of a quick fix. There's nothing like an elastic band, a piece of tank tape and a lump hammer. Are you afraid? He says, no, if it catches light, I'll just jump off. The most important thing for me is to start this morning. That is the spirit. And indeed, he did start this morning, and indeed, he did finish today. The Frenchman did get to the finish this afternoon. So, from an unlucky start to the day, it was an easy day in the saddle, relatively speaking. The third to last stage on the Dakar 2001, the 23rd running of the event. And the first victory in 2001 on a stage for the young up-and-coming Frenchman, Cyril Desprez, the 2000 Atlas Rally winner on the machine. He's not only a very good rider, but he's highly rated as a good mechanic as well. So Desprez, the man for the future, maybe to take over the reins after Richard Sanct moves on. However, Sanct certainly got a few more years left in him yet. Sanct retiring on the run into Attar, the rest day in the middle of this 3-week-long enormous rally, the biggest motorsport event in the world. Desprez victorious today, covering the 285 kilometers in just under 2 hours 55 minutes. First victory for BMW since the departure of Nani Roma, who is already back home in Spain. Second today, the KTM of Giovanni Sala. Sala some 51 seconds back of Desprez. And Desprez, of course, starting second on the road this morning. South Africa's Alfie Cox, third today, even though he got to a fork in the road and opted to go one way and many people went another. And it just so happened that that way was exactly the same mileage as what the others did. Jordi Arcarons was fourth on the stage today, encountering a little bit of wildlife, whilst Jean Brucy made it 2 Frenchmen inside the top 5 with his number 10 KTM. Top 5 covered by less than 9 minutes in a 3-hour stage. Dust, of course, once more a problem for many of the competitors. Chile's Carlos Dugavado having a little bit of fun out on the stage, as indeed he was last night, wheeling around the bivouac. But the overall leader was 7th on the stage today. Fabrizio Mioni, the Italian on his KTM, some 9 minutes and 18 seconds back. He's sleeping well at night, he is saying, and having no problems during the day. On board here with Andrea Meyer, says that she's not going to risk anything today, 2 days before she arrives in Dakar. She was last overall, and now she's 32nd overall. However, as she's talking to us, she realizes that she's missed a slot left, and she has to go through the bush and find her tracks after the crossroads. Mayon, the Frenchman, was the leading Hunter today, the leading amateur as well. He finished 8th on the stage, a good result for the amateur in amongst all of the professionals. Likewise, Esteve Puyol, the Spaniard, was 9th. And Britain's John Deacon was 10th on the stage today. Relatively easy, but 45-degree temperatures making it very, very taxing indeed. Good job there by Desprez ahead of Sala, Cox, Arcarons and Brucy. The stage finishing in Tambacounda this evening, but overall Fabrizio Mioni's lead is still 22 minutes from Jordi Arcarons, Dugavado, Puyol and Cox.
J'ai fait une petite erreur quand même.
Cyril Dupre here saying, I made a small mistake, as you can see on my
Je
bike.
suis sorti un petit peu large dans une piste, mais
I
beaucoup
was
de
a
glissade,
little
beaucoup de plaisir.
Off the road on a corner, but in this stage we had a lot of fun,
Ouais, j'ai encore
and
vu un
I saw monkeys
Non, c'est-
quite a few
c'était une belle
times. It
spéciale.
was a nice stage. It's the first
C'est vrai que
time
la
since
première
the
fois depuis le
beginning
début
of
du
the
rallye,
rally
je pars devant
that
et
I've started up
donc,
front.
il y a très peu de traces et
No marks on the road from other competitors. I don't know how the others are, but normally I think I'm ahead of them.
J'ai assuré, j'ai pas perdu ma
I
concentration.
stayed concentrated all day long,
180 km
so
et bon,
we're going to have to wait
on va
and see.
attendre.
Praticamente prima del CP
After the second control point, Giovanni Sala here saying, I made a mistake and I fell. During that crash, I damaged my road book. It's broken and then I had to continue on without it. I went slower, but here I'm okay after 40 kilometers without it. As the end of the special was dangerous, I went slower and slower without any more problems. And as you can see, the road book completely messed up, like a toilet roll flapping in the wind. Overall leader Fabrizio Mioni saying it was a quiet stage for him, but the most important problem for me is to keep my concentration. I must manage myself and be cool with my bike and my engine. One more stage tomorrow, nothing is definitely done or finished.
Ancora un altro passo verso Dakar, ne manca uno, speriamo bene.
So then, the overall leader of the Dakar with 2 more days to go, the 43-year-old Italian Fabrizio Mioni. He did his first Dakar back in 1995, and this time it could be the golden one. Just what does the Dakar mean to him?
La Dakar, fra l'altro, è la corsa che
He says, the Dakar and I are as one. The Dakar is a very different race, and when sport turns into physical strength,
lo sport con la componente fisica, cioè
that is what
quando
interests
lo sport
me.
diventa un qualcosa di specialmente duro.
I like it when sport becomes a fight, and this pleasure is why I do the Dakar.
Io vado per divertirmi.
Now, back in 1998, we see him finishing one of the stages with a broken GPS because of a malfunction between his onboard microphone, and his temper goes absolutely through the roof. So what does he think of his temper?
Ancora ho un carattere
Yes,
caldo.
it's true, he says,
Quindi,
I do have a temper, but
all'inizio, quando
this year,
gestire la gara,
at the beginning,
era vero, non
at the
stavo
beginning in
prendendo dei
Morocco,
rischi,
really, I
però
chose to just sit back from the main fight,
non
and I
era-
didn't take any risks.
non erano
I was with the leaders, but just a little further back. This was my more experienced mind saying, I just had to wait.
Bisognava già subito tirare abbastanza.
However, this year it's come true. The KTMs have been also dominant in the top 5 on the Dakar.
Diciamo che
What interests me
delle corse a me piace soltanto la fase
When the-
sportiva,
is the
la
sport
fase diciamo della gara.
on my bike. Anything
La
off the
fase-
bike just doesn't interest me.
quella dello stare sopra la moto, poi quello che viene dopo la gara, dopo un'eventuale vittoria, cioè non è quello, non mi interessa, quindi non mi cambia granché, mi tiro fuori un po', cerco, mi piace tirarmene fuori.
Fabrizio Mioni en route to Dakar.